did some things right, some things we could have did better, which we know. And so, we just got to be better with our execution. I think defensively understanding what we're doing, and then offensively understanding how we want to attack them. And so I thought we did a good job in the first half, and then in the second half we got away from the attack mindset of getting to the paint, getting to the basket.
What were some of the things they did well defensively in the second half to kind of limit what you guys were doing to keep themselves?
They got physical. They got more physical defensively. I thought Joker did a good job of just mixing up his coverages, whether he's going to blitz or going to be in a drop, and we just didn't read it well once he did do that. But I just thought their physicality really changed the game defensively.
Just piggybacking off that, it's not a team, Denver, that forces a lot of turnovers. They prioritize keeping your team off the free throw line. Like, how can your team do a better job of drawing fouls if they're going to be as physical as they are on the ball?
Yeah, well, they're not going to foul. We talked about it before. Like, just drive to the basket. Drive to the basket and lay the ball up. Like, they're not going to contest high. They don't have shot blocking. And we did in the first half, and I thought second half we got away from that. And so the things we talked about before the game, offensive rebounds, we did a good job, except for the last 4 minutes of the game. And then 20 turnovers is way too many to try to beat a good team, especially on the road.
Tony, was fatigue at all a factor in the second half, specifically the third quarter? It looked like guys.
It could have been, but there's no time to be tired now. We're in the playoffs.
How was Kawhi doing? Because I know you kind of shortened his rotation in the first and third quarters. Usually you leave him until about the 3-minute mark. You took him out about 5. Was that pre-planned or was it?
Yes, sir.
What did you make of just kind of a strange play when Nikola was grappling with Jeff for that ball in the fourth quarter there? What did you just make of that?
I didn't see it. I thought you were talking about he did it with me too, trying to get the ball in fast. But that's smart. If a team has a chance to challenge, you want to get the ball in quick. We tell our guys to do the same thing. But he is the best at it.
So obviously an uncharacteristic night for Bogey tonight offensively. Do you feel like the way that they went at him defensively affected him on the other end?
I don't think so. I just think, just getting into the series, I think understanding how they're going to play him, how they're going to try to attack. And he can't get frustrated when teams try to attack him. Just stand your ground, be physical, play good positional defense, and he'll be okay. I'm not worried about Bogey. He'll be fine.
Like, overall, are you happy with what you guys accomplished? Well, not accomplished, but that you played these guys into overtime? And what are you looking forward to next time? What are you putting together guys for the next game?
Win. Yeah, we expect to win. Like, we're not happy because we went to overtime. Like, they're a good team, and we're a good team as well. We just got to do what we're supposed to do. Take care of the basketball, keep them off the glass, and then we'll be fine. But if you turn over 20 times against a team that is number one in offensive transition, then you're going to lose the game. So we understand that. We just got to be better. Thank you, guys. You turn over 20 times against a team that is number one in offensive transition, then you're going to lose the game. And so we understand that, and we just got to be better. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
How valuable has the years of experience playing alongside Nikola, Aaron, CB been in moments like that where the game is tight that you guys can lean on the years that you have played together?
Yeah, I think it's a lot. It stems from that trust stems deep. Just from playing together, playing in so many big games, and I just think we have a lot of trust in each other. So that was part of the reason why I feel like we got the job done today, and even then, I think we can be a lot better for next game.
Jamal, you knew you were going to see a whole bunch of extra bodies, a whole bunch of extra attention. They started doubling off of Russ kind of in that fourth quarter. Just how big was that shot by him, and just understanding that the ball is eventually going to find him in a lot of those situations?
Yeah, I don't think it was just a three, though. He makes a lot of winning plays, stuff that doesn't show up in the stat sheet, So I don't just watch the shots that he makes. He was 5 for 17. It doesn't matter to me. He's playing hard. He's playing defense. He's talking. He's in the huddle. He's active. He's anticipating passes. He's doing everything else. So, a lot of stuff doesn't show in the stat sheet, and you just look at the shots that he makes or misses. But I feel like he impacts the game in plenty of ways, and he did that again tonight.
Was there an uptick in just your aggression in the third quarter and just in the second half in general? And what were you seeing in terms of the coverages, and how were you able to kind of counteract them a little bit?
I didn't really do anything. I just tried to play solid throughout the game. I didn't make, I had some good looks that I didn't make, but I didn't do anything special, in my opinion.
Jamal, obviously Mike didn't play a lot late, and Da just talked about he's got to coach the game. He can't worry about guys that aren't necessarily engaged. But do you, as one of the leaders on the team, make sure guys that aren't necessarily in the game in crunch time are still staying engaged, or can you? I mean, is that a conversation you have? I'm not just picking on Mike. I'm saying in general, if a guy's not as engaged as you'd like.
Sure. I mean, if I'm on the court, though, I'm not going to the bench and telling whoever he's got to stay locked in. I feel like that's a question for D or something. I'm just trying to win a basketball game, and whoever's playing the best is trying to give us a chance out there. Some nights not going to be your night, as he just explained. So I don't look into it too much. I felt like whoever was out there was playing good at the time. So.
Jamal, you guys crushed them in points off turnovers. I think you were plus 20 in that category. Did it feel like it was a better effort in transition defense for you guys, more communication?
Yeah, I think it's also personnel, though. They're really good in the half court. Obviously, we got some young guys that are pretty quick in the fast break. So I think it was more of a personnel thing. I think just kind of making those one-on-one situations in the off a turnover, off a rebound, whatever. That's all I got for you.
Jamal, it felt like early they had a big advantage on the offensive glass and second chance points, but late Russ and AG were creating extra possessions for you guys. Just how valuable was their work on that end?
Try to tell you, super valuable. It doesn't always come down to making shots, I know that's how we critique everybody nowadays, but a lot of guys on this team make a lot of winning plays. So I'm just thankful to have them on the team and guys that play that hard and are that selfless for the guy next to them. So I think that was a big reason, again, why we won tonight. Yeah.
Jamal, there's a lot of open layups and just open opportunities for them in the first quarter. Just could you sense the defense kind of improving as the game went on, as the effort continued to get better, and just what were some ways that you thought that you guys improved on that end?
I just thought as the game got more competitive, both teams just, it was becomes more of a fun matchup. Both teams are fouling each other, not going to call everything, and just a fun game, So just glad we came up on the dub. We did what we had to do, and now we got to go more over the game too. That same kind of mentality. I don't think we played our best today, and as a unit, I think we can be a lot better for game two. That we kind of saw I got a feel for everything that's going to go on in the game and the energy and all that. So on to game two.
Jamal, there were multiple times that you, CB, Nicola were diving for loose balls. It doesn't show up in the box score, but how valuable is it when all five guys are willing to put their body on the line?
Yeah, like I said, it's part of winning. You get guys that just play hard. You can win a lot of games, even if, and that's been happening. That's just the basketball gods. That has happened my whole life. You got guys that play hard, or you play hard, and the ball might find you, or you might go get the ball or whatever and create an extra position, hit a big three like we did. So like I said, a lot of the box score doesn't really matter to me. And then playoffs, it's all about who wins the possession, who gets the rebound, who gives a chance their team an opportunity to score again. Who's defending hardest, who's talking the most on defense. Everything that's not on this thing is what contributes to winning. So we got to look for game two and just kind of bring that physicality, bring that intent, and bring that pace that we normally do, that we had in the regular season, and we'll win game two.
Another thing that's not on the box score, David Adelman talked about the connectivity and accountability. Feels like it's in a good place right now. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I just feel like, we're just talking through mistakes more, or planning for whatever to happen, just among us more. And we had that before, but it was more side conversations or whatever to try to figure out what we're doing. But I feel like right now it's everybody forces us to be talking more and figuring it out on the court. So there's a good connectivity right now. I just feel like we didn't play our best today, and we got to be ready for game two because they're going to come out aggressive, come out swinging, and come out like they got nothing to lose. So I feel like it's really important for us to defend home court.
Wow, we got to start with the turnovers. obviously you've never had a game with more in the playoff series. Like, when you think about how those turnovers happen, like, how can you feel like you can be better with that going forward?
You just got to be decisive, get more in attack mode situations, and that's it really. A lot of the turnovers be calls. That's all you got to do.
Baseline right in front of the bench when Jamal was guarding you, and I guess you were trying to size him up, and it wound up being a challenging turnover.
He hit the ball and it hit off me and it went out.
When you guys lose a tough game like this in overtime, what's the process now going forward for game 2?
The same process, just see what we did wrong and, try to figure it out. It was a turnovers tonight, so we got to try to limit that and be better next game.
Kawhi, what was the general mood like in the locker room after this game? I mean, you guys led for basically 40 of the first 48 minutes. What was the feeling?
It was still good. It was just game 1. Denver's a good team, especially at home. And, still got game 2 to play.
Kawhi, you obviously know Russ, very well from recent years. What did his energy just kind of do for them late in the stretch of that game?
Just getting offensive rebounds, knocking down big shots. That's where the energy came from him.
Kawhi, how encouraging is it for you to see for James to have the performance he did, especially getting out to 15-point first quarter?
It was great. He's been great all year. It was great tonight, and he pretty much was carrying us throughout the game.
Next one.
James, you guys had the 20 turnovers. How much was that with just
That's the game.
just the game right there?
That's the game right there. Nothing else. That's the game.
And going forward now, so the idea is to take better care of the ball, and what else do you guys need to do to execute to try to get a win?
It was turnovers that was just unforced. It's the game right there. It's nothing they did, it's us, all us.
James, to that point, Ty said he feels like you guys are in pretty good shape because a lot of the reasons why this game didn't go your way was self-inflicted. How big of a sense is that for you guys right now? And obviously you don't want to be down 0-1, but how much does that confidence?
No, it's confidence. Confidence is always going to be there. It's a little frustrating, just because it's self-inflicted and it's something that we've been really good at these last few weeks. But even kill. Come back in game 2, ready to go, be even better.
James, we haven't seen you have to navigate foul trouble as much. How are you able to do that to get through it, picking up early fouls and to be effective when you're on the floor?
Figure it out.
Just to follow up, you guys did have a 15-point lead. You guys were hitting the paint early. What do you feel like you can continue to do that, and how do you kind of get your teammates, not necessarily you, but your teammates to continue to do that, whether the ball's in your hands or whether you're on the floor or not?
That's a part of the game plan. Get to the paint. Get to the paint. Good things happen for us. So, we talked about it the last couple of days and even tonight. Get to the paint and good things happen. We generate layups and open shots for our team. So, try to do better. Game 2.
James, even if a lot of it was there anything that the Nuggets were doing defensively that you feel like threw you guys off at all? Ball pressure, Russ as a safety, anything like that?
No, if you look at the game, I think the first half we had 10 turnovers and they had, 14, 15 points, just easy layups, like things you can't, like uncontested layups, things you can't fight back from. So, we just got to be better than we will be.
Even with the frustration, is it the confidence that you guys, if you see that scheme, those same types of coverage, that you can solve it?
It's only a handful of things that, defensively that you can do. So, the Joker, either he's going to be up in pick and roll, try to blitz, or he's going to be in deep coverage. For us, it's just, getting shut up on the glass and, giving ourselves a chance to get the offensive rebound.
James, it's your guys' first game in a week, and you're playing at altitude. Could those have been factors in fatigue leading to what
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out too. Like literally, trying to figure out what the hell was the reason for it. So we watched film get better and be ready to go game two.